Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe my TikTok page. Thank you so much. Okay, so with that, let's discuss first our objectives of the lesson. At the end of the lessons, you should be able to 1. Recall the operations on set, and number 2, apply set operations to solve problems using Venn diagram. So ito po yung kailangan nyo matutunan or ma-master this week. So with that, so what are the concepts needed to solve problems involving sets using a Venn diagram? So kailangan ma-recall natin yung konsepto ng operation ng sets para makapag-solve tayo ng problems involving the Venn diagram. So meron tayong intersection of set, union of set, complement of set, and difference of set. So sa problem solving, meron tayong mga words na ginagamit sa bawat operation. Kapag sinabi natin intersection, meron tayong ginagamit na and kapag meron tayong dalawang set. Kaya nga, A and B yung common nila. Sa kapag tatlo naman yung set natin, we use the word all three. Ibig sabihin, meron silang common doon sa tatlong set natin. Kapag sa union naman, we use the word or. Kaya nga, union of A or B. Diba? Meron silang, ibig sabihin, you have to put together. Sa complement of set naman, we use the word neither nor. Ibig sabihin, wala doon sa set na binanggit. Okay. But not. Okay. So we use also the word but not. Ibig sabihin, hindi bahagi dun sa element, pero kabilang sila sa universal set. For the difference of set, we use the word but not. And only. That is the difference. No? Kung mapapansin natin, yung complement of set, meron tayong ginamit na but not, tsaka dun sa difference. Kasi sila ay subtraction, ibabawas lang natin or tatanggalin natin or hindi sila kabilang. Okay, so with that, so mag-review muna tayo. Identify the Venn diagram of each set operation. So we have the different operation A minus B or difference of A and B, A complement. Okay, so A union B, A intersect B, complement of B, and difference of B and A. So ngayon, i-identify natin yung kanilang Venn diagram sa bawat operation na yan. So ito yung ating mga Venn diagram. All we have to do is draw a line for their corresponding Venn diagram. So, okay, dito muna tayo sa taas, no? Difference of A and B. Saan kaya dyan? Sa anim na yan ang kanyang Venn diagram. So that is yan. So, naka-shade part lang yung A. Okay, di ba? A only, but not, di ba? Ibig sabihin niyan, that is the difference. Okay, dito naman tayo, complement of A. Yan, naka-shade naman yung nasa labas kasama yung part ng B. Okay, ibig sabihin yan, complement of A. Okay, ibig sabihin neither nor. Hindi kabilang dun sa A, but belong to the universal set. Okay, so dito naman A union B. Ibig sabihin nito, A or B. Okay, kaya put together the elements. Kaya naka-shade part yung set A tsaka set B. We also have the A intersect B. Kung mapapansin natin, yung Venn diagram niya ay naka-shade part yung gitna. Kasi po yan po yung common. Yun yung intersection ng dalawang set. Dito naman sa complement of B, naka-shade part yung labas kasama yung A. Ibig sabihin, hindi kabilang yung element ni set B. But yung naka-shade part dyan ay belong dun sa ating universal set. Okay, dito naman sa difference of B and A, naka-shade part lang yung B. Kasi kaya nga B only difference siya. Okay, so with that, let's proceed now to the given problems. Number 1, involving two sets ito kasi two overlapping circuit. In a college class, the students were asked what subjects they prefer. Okay, so algebra and biology, they are taking up. So ngayon, na-label na natin ang kanilang gathered data. So nandyan na sa Venn diagram. All we have to do is answer the given question. How many students are taking up algebra only? Ibig sabihin, ilan yung kumukuha ng algebra lang? Kasi only, di ba? The word only, ano ibig sabihin nga ng only kanina, ni-review natin? It refers to, what do you mean by only? This is simply difference of set. Kung mapapansin natin dyan, ilan yung kumukuha ng algebra lang? Yung isa lang yung subject na kinukuha niya. So meron tayong 12. Kaya ang answer natin dyan is 12. Next, number 2. How many students are taking up biology only? The word only refers to the difference of set. Ibig sabihin yung kumukuha lang na isang subject na biology. Kaya nga answer natin dyan is 19. Okay, next, number 3. How many students are taking up algebra and biology? Kung mapapansin natin, di ba yung ginamit na salita ay and. Yung and, it refers to the intersection, yung may common or yung may gusto ng dalawa. Kaya nga ang sagot natin dyan is 9. Yung kumukuha ng algebra at the same time biology. Next, number 4. How many students are taking up algebra? Okay, kung mapapansin natin yung number 1, question, meron siyang ginamit na only, dito ay wala. So ano yung kaibahan niya? Ibig sabihin nito, ilan yung estudyante kumukuha ng algebra? Okay, so the answer is 21. Kung mapapansin natin, di ba sa bilog ng circle na algebra, ilan ba yung kumukuha na estudyante sa subject na yan? So meaning to say, i-add natin yung ating 12. Ito yung 12 natin. That is 12 tsaka 9. Kasi kasama po sila doon sa nagte-take up ng algebra. Next, number 5. How many students are taking up biology? Same procedure natin na ibig sabihin sila yung nagte-take up ng biology. Kaya ang answer natin dyan ay that is 28. Okay, so meaning to say, paano nakuha yung 28? Kung titignan natin yung circle ng biology, so ang nagte-take up ng biology ay 19 plus 9. Kaya nga, that is 28. Next, number 6. How many students are there in all? Kung papansinin natin, di ba yung salitang ginamit dito ay all. Ibig sabihin ng all, it refers to the union of set. Ibig sabihin yan, i-add natin. Ano i-add natin dyan? Okay, kaya ang answer natin ay 40. Paano nakuha yung 40? Inadd lang natin yung lahat na nasa element ni A at yung element ni B. Kaya nga add natin yung 12 plus 19 plus 9. Or 12 plus 9 plus 19. Okay. Next, number 2. Dito naman sa number 2 problems natin, involving 3 sets naman. Ibig sabihin, meron tayong 3 overlapping circles, but don't forget no, nakalabel yung kanyang pangalan ng sets. Yung A, that is English subject. Ito ay mathematics at science. Okay, so therefore, the grade 7 students were asked what books they prefer, no, math, English, and science. Ito yung na-receive nila from the distribution of books. And then, nakalabel na yung data na nag-gathered. So number 1, how many students have math book only? Okay, paano natin masasagutan to? Kailangan i-analyze natin. The word only refers to difference of set. Ibig sabihin, ilan ba yung naka-receive lang ng isang libro? Anong libro? Yung math. Kaya nga, ang sagot natin dyan is 7. Kung papansinin natin, ito yung 7, di ba? Sila lang yung nakakuha ng isang libro na math. Next, number 2. How many students have English book only? Same procedure. Kung titignan natin sa English, ilan yung nakakuha ng English book only? So we have 4. Ito yung 4 natin. Next, number 3. How many students have science book only? Okay, there are 2. Okay, sila lang yung naka-receive ng science book only. Number 4. How many students have math book but not English and science? If you're going to analyze the question, but not, gumamit siya ng but not. Diba? Kung but not, kung naalala natin, this is complement or difference. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya kabilang doon. Okay, ano yung hindi kabilang? Yung English and science. Diba? Yung and, this is intersection. Ibig lang sabihin nito, ilan yung estudyante naka-receive ng mathematics na libro pero hindi siya nakatanggap ng English and at the same time science. So there are 23. Ibig sabihin niyan, ang nakuha natin dyan ay 23 because if we are going to add 7 plus 8 plus 5 plus 3. Okay, ito yung ating in-add dyan. No? We have the 7 plus 8 plus 5 plus 3. Okay. Kaya in-add natin dyan kasi nga sila po yung nakakuha or naka-receive ng mathematics book. Kabilang po sila doon sa nakatanggap. Pero wala silang na-receive na yung wala silang but not, di ba? But not kasi complement or that is the difference, no? Yun yung English and science. Hindi natin pwede isama to. Okay, next number 5. How many students have English books but not math and science? Same procedure natin, di ba? So meaning to say, titignan naman natin yung English. If this is English, i-add lang natin yung part ng circle ng nasa bilog. I mean, nasa English. So we have 30. Paano nakuha yung 30? I-add lang natin yung 4 plus 8 plus 5 plus 13. Okay, kaya nga that is 30 students. Next, number 6. How many students have science books but not English and math? So same procedure, tignan natin yung science. Doon sa circle na nakalagay yung mga elements or number of students we're going to add. So that is 23. Paano na ko yung 23? I-add lang natin yung 2 plus 13 plus 5 plus 3. Yan yung nasa loob ng science. Kaya that is 23 students who receive science books but not English and math. Okay, number 7. How many students have math and English books? Kung papansinin natin, di ba, yung salitang ginamit dyan ay and, that is intersection. Ibig sabihin yan, ilan yung estudyante nakatanggap ng math and at the same time English? That is 8. Ito yung sagot natin, di ba? So, intersection ng dalawang subject, math and English. Next, number 8. How many students have math and science book? Same procedure, yung ginamit dyan na word ay and, meaning intersection. Nung mathematics tsaka science. Kaya nga the answer is 3. Ito yung 3 natin. Next, number 9. How many students have science and English book? That is equal to 13. So ito naman yung intersection ng dalawang subject. That is English and science. Or science or English. Okay, next, number 10. How many students have all 3 books? The word all 3 refers to the intersection. Ibig sabihin, ilan yung estudyanteng merong na-receive na libro na math, science, and English? That is 5. Yun yung nasa center natin, di ba? Yung nasa gitna. Kasi intersection ng tatlong set yan. Okay, next, number 11. How many students are there in all? Okay, pag sinabi natin are there in all, the word all refers to the union. Di ba? Pag union, we have to put together, i-add lang natin yung naka-receive ng English, math, at science. So that is 42. Paano nakuha yung 42? In-add lang natin. We have this 4 plus 8 plus 5 plus 13 plus 7 plus 3 plus 2. Ito yung in-add natin, di ba? That is 4 plus 8 plus 5 plus 13 plus 7 plus 3 plus 2. Yung nasa loob ng bilog lang dapat. Okay, next, number 12. How many students neither one of 3 books? Okay, kung papansinin natin yung salitang neither, di ba, ito ay complement. Ibig sabihin, hindi nakakuha. Ang ibig sabihin nun, ilan yung estudyanteng hindi nakatanggap ng kahit isa man lang na libro dyan sa 3. Okay, so the answer is 4. Okay. Ibig sabihin niyan, kung mapapansin natin, yung 4 na yan na sagot natin ay nasa labas siya ng Venn diagram. Kasi nga, hindi po sila kabilang doon sa naka-receive na libro. Okay. And if we are going to check, just simply, di ba, pag neither, remember, this is a complement. Ibig sabihin, yung sagot natin dyan is not belong to the given set, but they are part of the universal. Kaya nga, 46 minus 42, yung 42 kasi yun, di ba? And then 46, ito yung universal natin. Or ito yung number of students na naka-receive ng libro. Nasa given po siya, ayan yung 46. Kaya nasasubtract lang natin yung 46 minus 42, that is 4. Kaya nasa labas yung 4 kasi nga hindi sila nakatanggap ng kahit isang libro. Okay, so next number 3. Dito naman sa example number 3, we are going to create a Venn diagram to be able to solve the given problem. Okay, number 3. In a survey of 140 students at college class, 37 are taking up mathematics, 103 are taking up science, and 25 are taking both subjects. We are going to answer the given question number 1. How many students are taking up mathematics only? Number 2, how many students are taking up science only? Number 3, how many students are taking up mathematics only? Number 4, how many students are taking up science? Number 5, how many students are taking up math or science? Number 6, how many students did not take up the subjects? And number 7, how many students are there in all? Paano natin masasagutan to? Gagawa muna tayo ng Venn diagram. So how are we going to do that? Okay. So first, write the cardinality of the given set. Remember, the word cardinality, di ba, it refers to the number of elements of the given set. Kailangan ma-recall natin yan. So let mathematics represented by this symbol for the cardinality n. Ibig sabihin ng n or cardinality, yung m, that is the symbol of mathematics. Sa set kasi capital letter. Kaya nga, the cardinality of mathematics is equal to 37. Okay. Kasi nasa given siya. Next, yung science naman natin, represented by this symbol, cardinality of science S is equal to 103. Nasa problem kanina, di ba? Iyan o binanggit natin. Next, both subject, paano i-represent yun? That is the intersection. Kaya cardinality of the intersection of mathematics and science is equal to 25. Saan makikita yan? Nandun po sa problem. Ito po yung binanggit kanina sa problem. Okay, and then after you write the cardinality of the given set, ang next mong gagawin ay gagawa ka ngayon ng Venn diagram. So since there are two sets, no, yung mathematics tsaka science, dalawang bilog lang yan. Tapos i-label natin. Pangalanan natin yan na, okay, so don't forget the universal symbol na sa gilid lagi yan. Okay, mathematics tsaka science. So always remember capital letter yung name nila. And then, after mo malagyan ng name or malabel yung sa Venn diagram mo, ang next mong gagawin ay yung 25 na intersection dito, di ba? Both subjects, ilalagay mo doon sa gitna, meaning intersection. And then, ang next mong gagawin na ay you're going to find the cardinality of the mathematics. Ibig sabihin niyan, ilan lang ba ang may gusto ng mathematics? Paano ko malalaman yon? So subtract natin. Titignan natin sa given, di ba? Ito 37, ima-minus natin yung 25 to get the mathematics only. Yun yung nag-take up. Kaya ang answer natin dyan is 12. And then, kapag nakuha na natin yung sagot, isusulat natin doon sa part lang ng may gusto ng mathematics doon sa Venn diagram mo. And then, ang next naman ay, you're going to find the cardinality of the subject science. How are we going to do that? Just simply subtract natin yung 103. Ito yung 103 doon, di ba, sa cardinality. So subtract ulit natin yung sa common ng dalawang subject. Kaya 103 minus 25, that is equal to 78. Saan ko ilalagay yung 78? Dito sa part ng may gusto ng science lang. Kaya nga, dito natin susulat yung 78. And then, after that, ang next mong gagawin, you're going to find the union, di ba? Cardinality of the union of mathematics and the science subject. Okay, di ba? Pag sinabing union, just simply put together, i-add natin. Kaya nga, we have 12 plus 25 plus 78. Saan ang galing yan? Inad lang natin to. Ito, 12, 25 plus 78. Kaya that is equal to 150. If that is the union of the two subjects, ang next natin gagawin, kukunin natin yung complement of the union of mathematics and science. Ibig sabihin nito, kung babalikan natin sa problem, di ba? Kung merong 140 students na nag-take, kung meron tayong 140 students of college class na sinurvey at yung nakuha nilang data ay 37 sa mathematics, 103 sa science, at 25 sa both subject. Okay. Ibig sabihin niyan, ilan ba yung estudyanteng ayaw dyan sa subject na yan? Ibig sabihin, kabilang sila dun sa sinurvey, pero hindi sila nagbigay ng detalye, kasi nga hindi nila gusto yung subject na yan. Yun yung complement. But they are part of the survey. Kaya kabilang sila sa universal, pero wala doon sa binanggit na nagtitake up na subject. All we have to do is 140, this is the representation of the universal set. Yun yung 140 natin. Ito. 140 is simply the universal set minus, ima-minus lang natin yung nakuha natin dito sa union of the of the two subjects. Kaya nga, 140 minus the sum of 12 plus 25 plus 78. That is equal to 140 minus 150. And that is 25. So ngayon, saan po ilalagay yung 25? Kung papansinin natin, di ba, hindi sila kabilang dyan sa mathematics at science kasi hindi nila gusto or hindi sila nagtitake up. So ilalagay ko ngayon dyan sa labas ng Venn diagram kasi, di ba, they are not taking up the subjects. So with that, kapag natapos na natin gawin yung Venn diagram, we can now answer the given question. Masasagot na natin. Kaya yun yung purpose ng Venn diagram, not be able to interpret, analyze, and understand. Okay, ito na yung sagot natin sa Venn diagram. Now, number one question, how many students are taking up mathematics only? Diba? The word only refers to the difference. Kung titignan natin dito, meron tayong 12. Diba? That is 12 students. Nag-take up lang ng mathematics. Number two, how many students are taking up science only? We have 78. Diba? Ang dali mo na lang makita kasi nga naka-label na po siya doon sa Venn diagram. Ganun ang kagandahan ng Venn diagram. So number three, how many students are taking up mathematics? Diba? Wala siyang ginamit na word dito, no? Ibig sabihin, ilan yung estudyanteng wala siyang ginamit na operation sa mga word, no? How many students are taking up mathematics? Ilan yung kumukuha ng subject ng mathematics? If you're going to observe the Venn diagram, we have 12 plus 25 kasi kasama po doon sa bilog ng mathematics. Kaya that is 37. Paano na ko yung 37? Inad lang natin yung 12 tsaka 25. Okay, next number 4. How many students are taking up science? So same procedure, no? If you're going to observe the science taking up dito, we have 25 tsaka 78 kasama po sila sa circle. And that is 103 kapag pinag-add natin yung 12 tsaka 78. Next, number 5. How many students are taking math or science? Okay, so if we're going to observe the word or, di ba kung naalala natin, yung or na salita dyan, ginagamit po sa union. Ibig sabihin ng union, we are going to put together. And that is 115. Okay. And how many students did not? Inad lang natin, di ba? 115. Paano nakuha yung 115 dyan? Just simply 12. I-add lang natin itong 12 plus 25 plus 78. That is equal to 115. Next, number 6. How many students did not take up the subject? Ibig sabihin nito, ilan yung estudyante hindi kumuha ng alinmang sa subject na yan? Okay. That is equal to 25. Yun yung nasa labas. Diba? Sila yung ayaw ng subject na yan. Pero kasama sila sa sinurvey. Okay. Hindi lang sila kumukuha ng subject. Okay. Next, number 7. How many students are there in all? Diba? The word all, that is the union. Okay, so I mean, the word that is 140, no, inad lang natin lahat. Okay. And that is the universal actually, no? Baguhin ko ang salitan. How many students are there in all? So titignan lang natin yung problem, no? 140 students. Ito yung number of students na correspond to the number of the universal. Okay, next, number 4. Ngayon naman, example of problem solving involving 3 sets. So, a survey of 120 grade 7 students revealed the following: 50 like basketball, 60 like volleyball, 45 like softball, 19 like both basketball and softball, 22 like both basketball and volleyball, 15 like both softball and volleyball, and 12 like the 3 sports. Okay, with that, ito yung gather data nino. Nag-survey sila sa 120 students. Okay, so with that, meron tayong tanong dito. Okay, so yan yung tanong natin, yung number 1 to 5. How many like basketball only? How many like volleyball only? Softball only? Both basketball and softball? Both basketball and volleyball? How many like softball and volleyball? How many like basketball? How many like volleyball, softball? How many did not like any of the 3 sports? Okay, paano natin masasagot yung mga tanong na to? Okay, so kailangan gagawa muna tayo ng Venn diagram kasi hindi natin masasagot yung mga tanong na to hanggat wala tayong Venn diagram. Kaya ang gagawin natin, first, diba, write the cardinality of the given sets. Okay, di ba nasa problem natin. Let basketball, or the representation of the cardinality symbol, N or B, that is the basketball, is equal to 50. Okay, kasi 50, diba, nasa problem natin given. And then write not the cardinality of the volleyball, that is 60. And then next we have softball, or S, that is 45. Nandito sa given problem. Susulat lang natin sa symbol. And then, both basketball and softball. Ibig sabihin yan, yung intersection, yung may gusto ng dalawa na basketball at softball. Yun yung susulat natin. That is 19. Ito yung 19. Next, we have basketball and volleyball, or the intersection. That is 22. Ito yung 22. And then, next, we have softball and volleyball. That is equal to 15. Ito yung may gusto ng softball at volleyball. And then, ilan naman yung may gusto ng 3 sports, or the intersection of the 3 sports, that is equal to 12. Okay, after natin masulat ang cardinality, ang next natin gagawin dyan, gawa tayo ng Venn diagram. Since meron tayong 3 sports or 3 sets, kaya 3 bilog na overlapping yan. And then, lagyan natin ng label, universal set, U, lagyan natin sa gilid lagi. And then, lagyan natin ng name. So, ito yung basketball, or capital letters B. Ito yung volleyball, ito yung softball. And then, ang next natin gagawin dyan, yung nakuha natin doon sa common ng 3 set, or yung may gusto ng 3 sports, which is 12, susulat na muna natin doon sa gitna. Yun yung unang step kapag nasulat na natin yung cardinality. And then, ang next naman ay find the cardinality of both sports. Unahin muna natin yung dalawahan bago isahan. Okay. Ibig sabihin yan, we are going to find the intersection of the basketball and the softball. Paano ko malalaman yan? Di ba? Ito yan. So, if this is, di ba sabi dito, ito yung given natin, di ba? Intersection of basketball and softball. 19, isosubtract natin yung common na 12 to get the cardinality. Kaya nga 19 minus 12, that is equal to 7. Saan ko susulat yung 7? Doon po sa intersection ng basketball at softball sa ating Venn diagram. Kaya susulat natin dito. Okay, 7. And then, ang next naman ay find the cardinality of the intersection of the basketball and volleyball. Okay, kung mapapansin natin, di ba, ito yung basketball pa rin. Erase muna natin. Ayan. Ito yung basketball. Tapos, ima-minus ulit natin yung sa wait, sorry. Mali yung akin na encircle. Erase natin. Okay. Ito yung ating basketball and volleyball. Kaya ibig sabihin niya ng ating ima-minus ay yung 22. Yan, yung common ng tatlo. Kaya 22 minus 12, that is equal to 10. Yan ngayon yung cardinality of the intersection of the basketball and volleyball. Saan ko susulat yung 10? Dito sa Venn diagram. Yun po yung nasa intersection ng ating basketball at volleyball. Sa gitna nila. Okay, and then, find the cardinality of the intersection or common ng softball at volleyball. Okay, so i-erase muna natin yan. Okay, so kung ito yung ating given, di ba? So softball intersection niya ay yung sa volleyball, 15. 15 minus yung intersection ng tatlo, 12. Kaya ito yung ating operation. 15 minus 12, that is equal to 3. Saan ko ilalagay yung 3? Dito sa Venn diagram, yun yung intersection niya. Yung basketball, volleyball tsaka softball, yung nasa gitna nila. Ayan. Kapag natapos na natin makumpleto yung intersection ng dalawang set doon sa ating Venn diagram or na ilagay na natin yung cardinality, punta na tayo doon sa isahan. Ibig sabihin, ito yung number of cardinality na may gusto lang doon sa bawat sport. Okay, ito yung solution natin. Find the cardinality of each sport. Okay. So, ang solution natin, find the cardinality of the basketball first. Ang gagawin natin dyan, 50. Di ba ang given natin dito sa problem ay 50 yung na-survey nila. Iso-subtract natin yung 19. Ito yung intersection, di ba? 19 plus 22, ima-minus natin yung intersection ng tatlo. Kaya pag sinimplify natin to, di ba, ito muna nasa loob ng parenthesis. 19 plus 22 minus 12. Okay, that is equal to 29. Yung 50, i-bring down lang muna natin. And what is 50 minus 29? That is equal to 21. Ito ngayon yung cardinality ng may gusto lang ng basketball. Kaya susulat mo ngayon yung 21 doon sa Venn diagram mo dito sa part ng volleyball, basketball lang. Okay. Next, ang gagawin naman natin, find the cardinality of volleyball. Kasi ito yung may gusto lang ng volleyball. All we have to do is, ito yung operation natin. Sige, burahin muna natin to. Okay. Yung 60, di ba, ito yung ating na-survey na estudyante na may gusto ng volleyball. Ima-minus natin yung 22, yung intersection, tsaka yung 15, pero ima-minus natin yung 12 kasi yun yung intersection ng tatlo. Okay, and then yung nasa parenthesis dito, isimplify natin. What is 22 plus 15 minus 12? That is equal to 25. I-bring down mo yung 60. Okay, and then 60 minus 25, the difference is 35. So, ibig sabihin, saan ko susulat yung 35 sa Venn diagram? Dito po sa volleyball. Kasi sila lang yung may gusto ng isang sport. Yun yung volleyball. Okay, next natin, find the cardinality of S, yung may gusto lang ng softball. Okay, so erase muna natin. Okay. So, ang solution natin dyan, di ba, 45. Yung na-survey kasi nila na may gusto ng softball ay 45. Ima-minus natin yung 19, yung intersection ng basketball at softball. 19 plus 15, intersection ng softball at volleyball. Pero ima-minus natin yung intersection ng tatlong sport. Okay, and then, yung nasa parenthesis, isi-simplify natin. 19 plus 15 minus 20, minus 12. That is equal to 22. Tsaka natin i-bring down yung 45. Ngayon, simplify natin. What is 45 minus 22? That is equal to 23. Saan ko ilalagay yung 23? Doon po sa Venn diagram, yung may gusto lang ng softball. Yan. Okay. So, and then kapag nakompleto na natin sa Venn diagram, na ilagay na natin yung cardinality nila, okay, meron pa tayong nahanapin bago natin balikan yung tanong. Find the union of set B or basketball, volleyball, at saka softball. Paano natin malalaman? I-add lang natin yung nandito sa cardinality sa circle. Kaya 21 plus 10 plus 12 plus 7 plus 23 plus 3 plus 35. Ito yan, in-add lang natin yan. In-add lang natin lahat yan. Yung nandito sa ating Venn diagram. Yun po yung ibig sabihin na yun po yung ibig sabihin na union of set. And then, that is equal to 111. Okay. And then, kung babalikan natin yung tanong, di ba? Paano yan? Ang sinurvey nila na estudyante ay 120. Ang union ng set natin ay 111. Ibig sabihin, may nawawala. Okay. Yun yung hanapin natin. That is the complement of the union of set B, set V, and S. Ibig sabihin, yung union ng ating sagot dito, which is 111. Meron dyang hindi or hindi gusto, no? Ayaw niya sa mga nabanggit na sport. Okay, all we have to do is isosubtract lang natin, no? 120 minus 111 kasi 'di ba ang 120, this is the representation of the universal set kasi ito yung total number of students. Yung 111, ito yung union, ito yung nag-respond. Ibig sabihin meron diyang hindi nag-respond doon sa survey. Kaya nga 120 minus 11, that is equal to 9. So saan ko ilalagay yung 9? Doon po sa labas ng ating Venn diagram. Kasi sila yung ayaw sa mga sports na binanggit or tinanong sa survey nila. Okay, so kaya sila nasa labas. So with that, kapag nakompleto na natin yung cardinality sa Venn diagram natin, balikan na natin yung ating tanong. Masasagot na natin ang ating mga katanungan. So number 1, how many like basketball only? Okay, ito yung ating sagot kanina. Kung titignan natin sa Venn diagram, di ba, malinaw na, kitang-kita na yung sagot dyan. That is 21 kasi di ba, kitang-kita na sila. Okay, next number 2, how many like volleyball only? Okay, di ba, yung may gusto lang ng volleyball, ito ngayon yung sagot natin. Kaya that is 35. Next number 3, how many like softball only? Diba? Yung may gusto lang ng softball, 23. Okay? And then, how many like both basketball and softball? Yung may gusto ng dalawa sport na basketball at softball. Kaya may salitang and dyan. Kung titignan natin dyan, that is equal to 7. Ito yan. Nasa intersection. Next, number 5. How many like both basketball and volleyball? The word and refers to the intersection. Kaya nga, that is equal to 10. Ito yung sagot natin dyan. Intersection ng dalawang sport, na basketball at volleyball. Next, number 6. How many like softball and volleyball? That is equal to 3. Ito yan. Intersection ng volleyball tsaka softball. Or gusto nila parehas yan. Next, how many like basketball? Ibig sabihin yan, 50 ang sagot natin dyan. Ito yung may gusto ng basketball. Okay, hindi niya ginamit yung only, no? Kaya nga ang sagot natin dyan, 50 because if you're going to add yung 21 plus 7 plus 12 plus 10, saan makikita yan? Yung sa loob nung nasa bilog na basketball. Ito yan, i-add natin ito. Nandito sila, oh, di ba? Yan. 21 plus 10 plus 12 plus 7. Okay, next, how many like volleyball? That is equal to 60. Diba? Kung titignan natin dyan, paano nakuha yung 60? Yung nasa bilog na volleyball. Kaya inad natin yung 35 plus 10 plus 12 plus 3. That is 60. Okay, next number 9. How many like softball? Tignan naman natin doon sa loob ng bilog ng softball. That is equal to 45. Paano na kayong 45? Inad lang din natin lahat ng cardinality na nasa bilog ng softball. Kaya that is 23 plus 3 plus 12 plus 7. Okay, and then last one, how many students did not like any of the 3 sports? Ito yung mga estudyante ayaw sa basketball, ayaw sa volleyball at softball. Or hindi nila hilig yan, no? Okay, that is 9. Okay, paano nakuha yung 9? Sinubtract lang natin, di ba? Ito yung answer na kanina. 120 minus 11. Okay, kasi 120 is the universal set or number of students being na sinurvey nila. Yung 111, ito yung union, yung nandito sa bilog. Kaya sinubtract natin. So with that, I hope you learned something about this problem solving using the Venn diagram. So we'll see you next meeting. So with that, don't forget to subscribe my TikTok page. Okay, so I hope. Thank you so much. And